is not a real job. You know, how hard can it be? You sit in front of a camera, you look pretty, you say a couple of words, and then you get 1 million subscribers, and then you blow up overnight. If you are looking to start a YouTube channel, you don't want to miss this. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys 6 things I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel. Okay, let's get into it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Dare, and if you haven't already, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Let's keep the momentum going.
Okay guys, let's dive into the video.
So there's this huge misconception that being a YouTuber or a content creator is not a real job. Like, how hard can it be? All you need to do is sit in front of a camera, you know, look pretty, say a couple of words, and you're gonna be famous, blow up behind. But let me tell you the amount of work that goes into content creation, you guys. Like, start with the research. You have to research your content, and then you have to plan the content. You have to plan how you're going to record, you know, how you're going to bring your vision to light and all of that. And then you have to actually record the content and then edit it. When you post it, there's a lot. You don't just click and post. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, the tags, you know, all of that, so that people can find your video. So it's a lot of work, guys. When I started this channel, I thought it was gonna be all fun and games, and I'm gonna, you know, blow up overnight and have all this fun. But if this is going to become more than just a hobby for you, there's gonna come a time where you are going to have to treat your channel as a 9-to-5. It is time consuming. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes when creating content. So that was a bit of a shocker for me. Like, oh my god, this is so much work than I thought, you know. And then when you actually sit down and plan your content, you actually see the difference. That the one that you put effort in generally does better than those ones that, you know, you just wing it. So yeah. I saw all these big YouTubers on YouTube making it, and some people, you know, just like me from my country or from other African countries, just small YouTubers blowing up and actually making it on YouTube. And I thought, you know, when I start my YouTube channel, it's gonna be the same for me. I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna post. And mind you, I already had a Facebook page that I had been running for a couple of years, and I thought, you know, I have this page already, and I've got lots of friends and family, you know, from my Facebook and Instagram. And if I start this channel, they are all gonna come to the channel and subscribe, and I'm gonna have my 1,000 subscribers in no time. The kicker is nobody cares. Like, nobody cares, you guys. Nobody freaking cares. When you are starting a YouTube channel, generally your editing skills suck, your video making skills suck, and only, you know, if you keep practicing, only are you gonna become perfect. You know, you keep practicing, doing research, and just trying to make your videos better every day, you're gonna get better with time. So chances are your creations are not that great, so you're not gonna get views right away. It takes time. I think that's definitely something that you have to prepare your mind for, because a lot of people think that they're gonna start and then they're gonna make it right away, but it takes time, you guys. I posted my first video some 10 years ago, and I got a very low views that I got discouraged. I took the video down. But now that I think back on it, if I had just, you know, stuck with it, if I knew then what I know now, I should have just stuck with it. My videos were gonna suck anyway. So I don't know, I just got overwhelmed. I just thought people were not watching because my videos sucked, but I just didn't understand YouTube then. So yeah, I did not prepare myself for this, or maybe I manifested it, because this was like a fear in my head. Like, when I first posted my video 10 years ago, I had this fear of being judged, and that's exactly what happened to me. And still now, to this day, I think people still don't understand that content creation or YouTubing, whatever it is a real job. When they see you post about your life, you know, people start to kind of like project, you know, what they would never do. Like, oh, I would never post, you know, my life on social media like that. Especially if you had, you know, like a proper corporate career before, and then you start doing content creation and people starting to look at you like, are you having a midlife crisis? Or what's going on with you? Like family members were looking at me like, friends even, you know, talking behind your back or whatever. If this is something that you really want, you have to kind of like have tunnel vision and, you know, have a narrow vision and just look at the end goal and block out the noise and just focus on what you're trying to do, because not everybody's gonna get it. And then the other thing is that, you know, you're not just gonna get, you know, judgment from the people that you actually know. There's people, you know, that just live, I like to call them thumb warriors, you know, that are just happy to twiddle their thumbs on your channel. They're gonna judge you. Posting your children on the internet, you are exploiting your kids while you're doing that. Oh, people will do anything for views now. It can become a little overwhelming sometimes, I must admit. You have to have like thick skin to overlook some of the comments and kind of like block the noise sometimes, because it can get to you. I would say mentally prepare yourself for things like that, because sometimes it's not for the faint-hearted, but soldier on if that's what you want. If you really want to do this thing, soldier on. Just to piggyback off of that one, like, you might not have support. Your friends and family may not support you. Like, they may not get it, or they just don't like your content. You know, everybody has a preference when it comes to content, so maybe your content is not for them. You know, they just don't care, and which is another reason why you need to start. I was stopping myself and fighting, you know, chasing my dream for the longest time, because I thought, you know, I was going to be judged by friends and family. Now nobody cares because they know I'm doing it now. They're over it, and I'm over, you know, them judging me or whatever, and now I'm just doing what I want. So at the end of the day, you guys, nobody freaking cares, and then you just keep going and keep pushing for your dream. This one is a big one for me. So when I started my YouTube channel, I was doing a lot of research. So be it in person, I was talking to, you know, my sister also started her YouTube channel, so I was talking to her and she had some advice for me. And on social media as well, I went on YouTube and I'm looking at different pages, people giving YouTube advice, so much to the point that I was losing myself trying to kind of like imitate what all this advice was telling me to do, and I was trying to be that. There is definitely some advice that you need to take, some general advice, because if you start losing your authentic self, your content is not going to be authentic. You do research that you can, but take what is important and try to be your best authentic self, and just learn to mute the noise. You can't take each and every advice that you get off of the internet, because at the end of the day, they can give you advice, but they are not you. Run your own race. At some point when I posted my first video, I got lost in looking at other content creators, what they were doing, you know, what was working for them. I would just go through, you know, the content creators that I like, and then I would look at their highest ranking videos and stuff like that. And you know, you would look at this person's page today and maybe they've got this much subscribers, and then you go back there a couple of days and they've got that much subscribers. And it was so frustrating watching all these other content creators grow and blow up, and then your growth feels just like stagnant. I felt really discouraged, and at some point I was even questioning myself and feeling a little bit inadequate and self-conscious, like, is there something wrong with me? Am I not pretty enough? You know, you start looking at all these things about yourself and you start questioning yourself, and you start feeling, you know, self-conscious is best how I can describe it. So I think it's important that when you start your channel, you need to be sure about who you are and try not to compete, because you're gonna feel like it's a competition, there's a need to compete, but there really isn't. You need to be your authentic self, because they can only be one you. They are them. Soon enough, you're gonna find something that works for you and your channel is gonna do just as good. But the idea is to, you know, just be consistent with who you are, because at the end of the day, people just fall in love with you, and they can only be one you, so you just have to keep being you. I know it's hard to hear or understand when you're starting out, because you know you're looking at all these other people making it and your growth just feels so stagnant. But that's the honest truth. You just have to keep being you. Somebody's gonna find you and somebody's gonna like you. That's it. So don't be hard on yourself. You're gonna get better. This was advice that I was actually giving myself this week. Like, I put myself on a 30-day challenge that I was posting consistently, and I was posting, you know, every day, twice a day, the shorts that is, and then I would do long form videos, 2 videos a week of the long form videos. And I got to a point where I was starting to feel a little bit of a burnout, and I have to remind myself to give myself grace. And my channel was doing really great, by the way. I didn't just double my subscribers, you guys, my views went through the roof. I'm doing 4 or 5 times better with my views than I was doing before. But when you start seeing those views and subscribers, it becomes a little obsessive, that you wanna keep up, you know, the momentum. You wanna keep it going, you wanna keep doing it, right? When I was starting to feel a bit of a burnout, you know, just tired, and you know, it becomes work and it wasn't as fun anymore. I started to, you know, to kind of remind myself to give myself grace. Like, I'm a human being and it's okay to take time off. You know, I'm not gonna blow up overnight. I need to give myself grace. In the morning, you know, when I would wake up, the first thing that I would think about, do I have content today? Did I post something today? Do I have, you know, something to post today? Do I need to record? And for the past few days, you guys, I've been literally telling myself, you know, give yourself grace. If this is not fun anymore, you know, you're gonna end up quitting. This is something that you really want to do, so we have to keep the fun in it. And I've been trying to remind myself that, you know, it's okay for me to miss a post once in a while, or to try to pace myself, you know. Like now I'm trying to dedicate certain days of the week that I record my content and post my content and do my YouTube work, and then give myself also time off to say, these days of the week rather, I'm not working on content. I am just, you know, being me, being mom, you know, just watching TV, doing things that I also love outside of social media, and just kind of like give myself grace and not be hard on myself too much. So yeah, if you are planning on starting your YouTube channel, you know, the advice that I would give you, be kind to yourself. You know, when you are in social media or content creation space, you know, sometimes it's inevitable, you know, to compare yourself to other people. There's been times when I've looked at my peers and I see how pretty they are, or how well off they are, or how pretty their houses look, and you know, they've got this, they've got that, and I don't have that, and I started feeling inadequate and just comparing myself. And sometimes I didn't feel like posting, because I was starting to be ashamed of who I was or where I was in life. So be kind to yourself, you know. Again, run your own race and be kind to yourself. You are you. There's only one you. Give yourself, you know, some love. You know, you are going to mess up sometime. It's inevitable. Everyone does it. You are going to mess up. It's not the amount of times that you mess up, but it is the amount of times that you get up and do it again. Regardless of how many times you've messed up, you have faith that you're gonna get it done and you're gonna do it. Just continue to give yourself grace and keep pushing towards your dream. And don't rush. Take your time. Give yourself, I cannot say that enough. You need to, every step of the way, you need to continue to give yourself grace. If you stuck with me this far, thank you guys for watching. Again, my name is Florence Nyadare, and if you haven't already, you know what to do. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Hearts and flowers.